My name is Tim Battersby. I'm the Business Development Manager for REID Lifting. We're a British company based out of South Wales, UK. We specialize in the design and manufacture of lightweight and portable aluminum gantry and davit systems. That's exclusively what we do. We don't really venture into anything else, so we're sort of very focused and very niche, looking at that market for about 25 years. Last year, around this time, we launched our range in the US. So we've got offices and stock locations set up here, warehouse on the East Coast, headquarters here in Minnesota, and then we were very happy to join AWRF in late 2020. So an overview of our product range and what we do. On the right-hand side of the screen there, that's our Porter Gantry range, a sort of lightweight and very easily assembled range of aluminum gantry systems. They vary in size and working load limit from 0.5 ton to 5 tons, and we do a number of different heights and beam lengths. We're talking up to about 19-foot height of lift and up to about 27-foot beam length. So a fairly wide range of options there. And then on the left-hand side, we look at davit systems. Again, some davits with either fixed socket bases or portable bases using counterweights, and a couple of different davit designs, all with the ability to be used with a number of different accessories, whether it be chain falls, winches, for materials, or for personnel lifting. But the focus of today's presentation isn't going to be on any of these products. These are all sort of versions of products that you may have seen before. What we're going to talk about is the Porter Gantry Rapide. So this is a very innovative design take on a gantry system. So it's completely new to the market. It's a patented design from REID that we developed about 8 or 9 years ago, and we're now bringing it across to the US and introducing it to the market here. So strength to weight ratio is one of the big aspects of this product. Total weight of just 99 pounds, and the system can lift 2,200 pounds or 1 metric ton. The design is such that the unit can fold down into a single piece, so there's no taking it apart. There's no sort of nuts and bolts to be worrying about and losing pieces. And then the whole thing folds out into the complete setup, again, sort of single piece system. We built in a number of different accessories onto the products. The carry straps that you can see at the bottom there, so it's very easy to transport around. The black wheels on the end allow you to roll the gantry around like a wheelbarrow, so a single person can unload it from the back of a truck and set it up, and then carry out a task. We also use a sort of rectangular beam section design. So we have a captive trolley system that you see on the top there that uses a few quick release pins. So it slightly differs from a standard I-beam gantry. And then one of the most attractive aspects of the gantry is that it sets up in under a minute. So it's all using quick release pins and the folding aspect of the frame, so that it doesn't sort of anymore take you a long time to set up a gantry and use it. It can be set up and used very quickly, which really sort of opens things up for a few more applications. So taking a look at this video just to show you the assembly method. We see the quick release pins here. So one leg being folded up and then legs being spread out and pinned into place. And that leg is then swung around underneath the beam. And then it's a single quick release pin that's going to lock that frame into place on the beam. That's one frame setup. The setup on the other side is then exactly the same. 2 pins on the legs, and then a single pin to attach the frame to the beam. So that's the complete gantry setup. There's a couple of other options for adjustment then. So there's height adjustment on both uprights. So the gantry can be adjusted to whatever height's needed. They can also be set at different heights if you're on uneven ground. And then there's also adjustment on each individual leg. So beyond that, we do have a number of brackets that bracket interfaces that we use so that we can mount different winches, whether that be for personnel lifting or for material lifting, onto the side of the gantry. We can attach 3-way SRLs, whatever it may be. So those items can be attached to the side of the gantry. We'll then also get to mounting a trolley onto the beam for use with a chain fall in a second as well. So for things like confined space entry, this is being used for personnel, one of the benefits of this system is that shiv carrier there can be mounted anywhere along the beam of the gantry. So it doesn't have to be located centrally as you'd get with a tripod system. You can have it sort of anywhere along the beam there. Now you see that's the capacity gated trolley design there being put on, and chain fall being hung off there as well. So this is a sort of complete setup with all of the different options that you can get on the gantry, just to sort of show you a couple of different ways it can be used there. So as I said, it's tested and certified for material lifting up to 2,200 pounds or a ton. And then we've also done all of the relevant testing for personnel lifting, full arrest according to the ANSI standards and OSHA, of course, and then set the gantry up so that it can be used for confined space entry. So just running through a couple of applications, we've seen the gantry used before. So you saw the smallest version in the video there. We do have versions with a couple of longer beams. So we can do 6'7" beam length, as you saw in the video, and 9'10" and 13'1". So one of the things for, say, a confined space entry that allows you to do is span sort of larger pit entries, where with a sort of standard tripod or even a davit system, you'd struggle to span that kind of space. This gives you that ability and still allows you to mount all of the devices you need to on the system. Again, similar setup here with even going into sort of smaller areas. Just allows on the left-hand side there, you can see some duct work going into the hole. Not having any chain or anything around the legs really allows more space to get items into the hole and out. It also reduces trip hazards and things of that nature. And then another example on the right-hand side there of how having that gantry structure being used for some confined space applications just really sort of opens up a few different uses. So moving on to a little bit of material lifting. Actually, sorry, just before we go on. So getting confined space items up to a roof, obviously with the reduced weight and the folding nature of the product, it makes it very easy to transport up to higher levels. So there's no difficulty in getting up to a roof and then going down through a hatch, whether that be for a confined space entry or for any material lifting. So on the material lifting side, typically the gantry can be used, as you see on the left-hand side there, with a rolling trolley and a chain fall. Obviously, that just allows the lift to be carried out, and then trolley moved along the beam, and then whatever it is being lifted set down. The caster wheels also allow you to roll the gantry under load if necessary, so you can always use that function to move the load away from where it's going. And then on the right-hand side there, you can see we used a winch setup with that system, winch mounted on the far side there as well, so it can be used in that manner. This is a typical application for the gantry. One of the most common uses is a guy in a van or a pickup truck being able to store the gantry in the back of his van, take it out to wherever he's doing a job, setting it up very quickly, attaching a chain fall, and lifting out, I believe it was a wastewater pump in this situation. But reducing the time in general that it needs to take to do the job, reducing the setup time drastically, lowering the number of people that have to be at the job to carry out the task, and then being able to take the same piece of equipment to a different site and use it again. So I'll open up to questions if anyone has any.
If you have any questions, you can use the chat feature at the bottom, or you can raise your hand and I will unmute you so you can ask your question. It is not looking like we have any questions. Is there anything else you would like to add about your company, where they can find information? Do you have a screen you can share or anything like that?
Good. That's a good question. I don't have a screen I can share, but I can tell you that you can find all of the information you need about our products on our website. It is us.reidlifting.com. You'll find everything from product brochures to cut sheets to all of the assembly videos of all of our product range, and our contact details by email or by phone on there as well. So if anybody's got any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Awesome. Well, it actually looks like we just had a question roll in. So
Wonderful.
2 of them. Here we go. Lewis, you're able to ask your question?
Hey, this is Lewis from Anchorage, Alaska. Hey, so what's the like the lead time on something like this? Is it something you have in stock, or?
It is, yes. So we carry stock of our entire product range in Boston currently. So usually we can ship out within 3 days or so.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lewis.